Yeah, he's taken over church. So like the other activity that your aunties love is like a farmer's market. So like his next thing, he's like, I don't care about being popular anymore. I just want to open a farmer's market.
My dream is to open a farmer's market. I'm a genius.
I got lots of produce. You got the key to a clear mind and like truth is starting off with what you eat. Why would I think that I can say smart things if I'm not eating smart foods? You know what I mean?
And he's like, and he picks up a bag of white cheddar popcorn, and he's like, shout out to my sponsor, Smart Food. It's all you can buy at this Kanye West market.
No, so he wouldn't even have a sponsor. He would be like, I grew this popcorn myself. You can grow popcorn. Popcorn is a seed. You can plant it. I grew this popcorn.
I will grow the world and end world hunger by growing popcorn for everybody. Welcome to the Chill Spot Podcast, everybody.
It's a sustainable food.
Yeah. And you can burn it and you can cover it with butter and it'll be a delicious meal.
There you go. There you go. Welcome.
So Kanye, maybe you should stop being such a fucking moron and start growing popcorn.
You know, if Kanye lost his mind and instead of like borderline starting a cult and like policing what his wife wears and just wanted to open a farmer's market, I'd be down with that.
Totally. You know,
I feel like that's radical.
You know, it's fair to say, Sam, that you and I, at one time, were like much larger Kanye fans.
Yeah.
At one time. My resistance for dumb Kanye shit is pretty high. Like, you know, when it comes to like,
I lasted a long time before I dipped.
Me too. Truth be told.
Yeah, I pushed through a lot.
I was like, yeah, you know what? He was really mean to Taylor Swift, but I don't think Taylor Swift's a good person. So like, it really doesn't.
Yeah,
matter
I eventually
to me.
found a way to vilify Taylor Swift, which, like, to be fair, I still don't believe that she's a good person.
I don't get the impression either.
I don't have faith
but I don't know.
that she's a good person.
You know, I will say to Taylor Swift that I am sympathetic of her because of what she's going through right now with her label and the music.
With Big Machine and like Scooter Braun could you imagine if a guy named Scooter owned your masters?
Yeah, you can't.
I would be so mad.
Who the fuck sold it to Scooter?
Scooter.
His parents named him Scooter.
That's his legal name. Yeah, exactly. An adult person, like two adults.
He wears a tie. He goes
decided
to work.
upon the name Scooter.
His fucking name is Scooter.
And he owns my fucking masters. I would be so mad. I would be so mad.
Fucking mad too.
Yeah. What
oh
bullshit.
My god. So it is worth saying that last week, Sam's birthday. You're a year older.
Yeah, because this is coming out a week after my birthday. Yeah. When we're recording this, it's the day after my birthday. I just had my birthday.
Did you have a good birthday, Sam?
It was my birthday. I did have a good birthday, yeah.
A good birthday and your
Birthdays
birthday
are tough
birthday?
because I actually do kind of want to like... I do wild out for my birthday. I like to...
You like to ball out.
I like to ball out for my birthday. I like to celebrate and acknowledge my birthday. I'm not one of those... A lot of my friends, I feel, they're like, oh, I'm getting older. I don't really need a lot for my birthday. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. It's just a day. I don't buy that.
I don't give a fuck about me, so like...
that is what I hear. That's what I hear. It's like, I don't give a fuck about myself. So like, whatever. It's like, no.
Love your day, dude. Love your day.
Love your day. And I know that like, you know, like every day is somebody's birthday.
Totally.
And just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you're the only person having a birthday in the world. But I just think it's worth acknowledging. It's the day that you came into the world. Your birthday is like another New Year's for you personally. And especially because my birthday is so close to New Year's, it's a huge, like, New Year's and then the 2 weeks leading up to my birthday is like a huge period of reflection for me. So my birthday always feels super
You do a lot of growing
paramount.
right at the start of the year.
Yeah, well, I just do a lot of like reflecting and like thinking, and it was just it was nice. So I didn't have a huge party this year. I want to have like a dinner party with my friends, kind of like what we did for your birthday.
Oh, we'll update, folks. I'm Sam. I hope you know. I'm gonna make you and everybody else the most fucking delicious meal.
There you go.
That you have ever had in your entire life.
I just gotta tell someone other than you that we're having this party.
Well,
as of this recording, no one knows.
Let's start inviting people right now.
Okay.
On the podcast.
I mean, all of our friends listen to this podcast.
Yeah,
so
the date comes around and we message people and we're like, you coming to the party? And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, so I guess you don't listen to my podcast. Just bait people.
The podcast was the invite.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
We've been doing this every week for like months now.
Pay attention.
The fuck?
But yeah, no, I like to acknowledge my birthday. I like to do things for my birthday. I just think,
it's an excuse to have fun.
It's an excuse to have fun. And it's like the one day a year where my anxiety just like shuts up and lets me do what I want. Honestly, like, I think my birthday could potentially, if I didn't spend it partying, could be one of the most productive days of my entire year. Because like all the bullshit that keeps me from working is like gone on that day. So I could actually get a lot done. For real.
For real, dude. Well, so what did we do on your birthday? Like, I was there.
Yeah.
So we should talk about it.
Yeah, no, like you showed up to my apartment and it was very cute. The thing that I love that you did for my birthday is like you thought of a gift that I didn't necessarily want from you. But when I opened it, I was like, wow, you paid attention to something that I said and you made a thoughtful gift out of it. So
what can I say? I'm a pretty good boyfriend.
Yeah. When I was a kid, there was this made-for-TV movie that I had on VHS. It's Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella.
So good, by the way.
Starring Brandy
Sorry, hit the mic.
as Cinderella, Whitney Houston as the fairy godmother. She also executive produced it. Bernadette Peters is the evil stepmother, who is an iconic Broadway actress for people who are up on that.
Totally.
Jason Alexander, aka George Costanza, plays like the assistant to the prince.
He was awesome.
He was fantastic.
Like, I'll be honest.
Whoopi Goldberg was the queen.
Yeah.
Like it's so good. It's a really good movie. It's also one of my favorite musical soundtracks.
Definitely.
It's got some of the best songs out of any musical that I've ever listened to. Like, they're all bops, honestly.
Seriously, the soundtrack was awesome.
In My Own Little Corner.
Impossible.
Falling in Love with Love. Like, it's great.
And a lame little pumpkin.
Yeah.
Turn into a carriage.
Brandy? Oh my god.
Did you not know?
Is that Brandy?
That I'm singer-songwriter Brandy?
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Do you want my autograph?
Fucking Brandy right now.
Yeah.
That's insane. But yeah, no, it was one of my favorite movies as a kid. It's also like, it's a cult classic. It's probably the most well-received made-for-TV movie of all time. Like,
is that right?
Probably the most successful. Well, think about made-for-TV movies. How do they do well? Do they have fans?
I guess so.
Do they have people who remember them decades after they were made? No, they're made for TV. You watch it and then you forget about it.
You got Whitney Power on there, right? Like,
exactly.
You know.
So what you did is you burnt me, so it's got this great soundtrack. Can you buy it anywhere?
Completely unavailable.
Is it on Spotify? No. Yeah. So I should clarify. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella is like a Broadway show.
So you can find
the original Broadway cast recording is like out there for streaming, but the version with Brandy and Whitney Houston and Whoopi Goldberg and Jason Alexander is nowhere to be found. It's nowhere. So what Cam did is he burnt me a CD of the soundtrack so that I could have it.
I went out and bought a bunch of blank CDs like a fucking goober.
Well, that's the thing, is that like you gave me the bag that the present was in, and I saw the thin CD case, and I was like, did you make me a mixtape?
Yeah. You know, I just made you. It's a list of my favorite songs.
Did you make me a fucking mixtape?
Could you imagine if I made you a mixtape that's like full of like Oasis and like all these other like
Dashboard Confessional?
Yeah. It just really meant a lot to me, so I thought maybe it would mean a lot.
These are songs that make me think about you, so I burnt them on a CD for you. That is about me.
Please.
Thinking of you.
Take my gift.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, but what I did is I ripped all of the, I guess pull back the curtain. I ripped all of the songs off YouTube.
Yeah,
and then
because the soundtrack's on YouTube.
Burned them. Because, okay, so I'm going to tell you about my side.
Someone ripped it and put it on YouTube.
My side of this journey, right?
Yeah, sure.
In terms of the soundtrack. So for the longest time when I was a kid, if you wanted to burn CDs, you needed a CD burner.
Okay.
So like it's like an extra thing that you had.
Okay.
It's like a different piece of technology.
Okay.
I didn't realize that you can just like my computer can just burn CDs. Like it's not a big deal.
I can't believe you didn't realize that. I used to burn CDs off of Windows Media Player all the time.
I have literally never burned a CD in my life.
There's a mix CD somewhere in my house where like Rumors by Lindsay Lohan is the first track of the because I ripped it off.
We gotta find that.
Yeah.
But then so I downloaded all of it and it burned and it took me it didn't take very long. The hardest part was getting the art right.
Yeah.
Like, cause like I looked up the dimensions of a CD.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the burned CDs are 2 inches bigger. So I printed like one off and the color was all fucked up. It was such a thing.
Yeah.
But eventually we got it.
Cool.
And it looks good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And I have it now, so I can listen to it whenever I want.
But then what did I do after?
So I opened up the for context, I found a DVD. So the way I watched this movie when I was a kid is I had it on VHS. And I still have the VHS tape, but of course that's outdated. So back when HMV was still a thing, I was like sifting through like the back portion. You know how like HMV used to have like all the popular DVDs up at the front, and then there were like more DVDs at the back, but it was just like shit.
Yeah.
So I was sifting through the shit DVDs one day. And I found Cinderella, like
found
Rodgers
gold
and Hammerstein's.
in the
I found
shit.
Brandy Cinderella on DVD, and I was like, yoink! Like, never gonna see this
Such
again.
a steal.
Gotta have it. So Cam gives me the mixtape, and
it is a mixtape.
I'm like, oh man, like I have it on CD now. Now if only I could watch it, but I left the DVD back at Mom's house. I didn't bring it with me when I moved into this apartment. And you were like, oh, good thing I brought it with me then. Like, good thing I went to your house before I came here and brought it with me. So we sat down and we watched Brandy Cinderella, because you hadn't seen it, and it's one of those movies that I've been like dying to show you for a really long
I did
time.
legitimately want to see it.
Yeah,
I like the story of Cinderella.
and it just like it meant a lot to me. Like, this is my love language, right? Like, gifts are nice, and I love gifts on my birthday.
You're much more about the thought, though.
I'm a quality time love language person. So to me, the true gift was like, you know that I have desperately been meaning to show you this movie, and you know that we actually don't get to a lot of the movies that I'm like dying to show you. We've been dating for 4 years, and like you haven't watched like an eighth of the movies that I actually really want to show you that you also haven't seen.
Yeah, and vice versa. There's tons of stuff I want to show you.
So the fact that you thought about it and you made the effort, you drove from Mississauga to my house and then to my apartment to like watch this movie with me that I've been dying to show you. Like, that to me is like the biggest gift of all. That you like thought this out. You were like, well, she's gonna see. It's almost like you knew that what I was gonna say, and you were like, she's gonna get this album and then want to watch the movie. So you went to my house and you got the DVD.
You guys can't see it, but I'm tapping my temple right now.
Yeah, like the genius stock guy, and and got the movie, and we watched the movie. And that to me was the gift.
And I'm happy that it made you happy, because it made me happy that it made you happy.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny,
and then
right?
we also we hung out. We spent the day hanging out. We hung out with my roommate, which was great. I love Conrad.
Shout out
to Conrad. And then we met up with my other friends later in the evening. Oh, sorry, we went out to sushi. Before that,
we had to get some fucking sushi.
Because since I moved out, sushi is one of those like foods that's like on the more expensive end.
It's a luxury.
Yeah. And I haven't really I haven't had it in months. So I thought for my birthday we could go out and get some sushi. We went to my favorite sushi restaurant.
We fucked up some sushi too.
We gorged ourselves on sushi.
My favorite part about all you can eat sushi is that everybody reaches that point in the meal where it's like, do I get more food? I'm on the cups.
Yeah, the cusp.
I like to really try to exhibit self-control. I think all you can eat sushi are demonstrations in self-control, because it's really easy to order way too much food.
Yes.
So I like to really try to be like, course it out.
Yeah.
Like, play within know your limit, play within it.
Yeah, exactly.
But every fucking person I go to, except for you,
with
all you can eat sushi with, has never operated this way.
No.
It's always like, I'm gonna get like 40 salmon sushi, because I'm so hungry. And it's like, dude, no, like, you're no way you're gonna eat that much sushi.
No. 40
pieces of sushi. That's about as much sushi as I have in total.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the night, maybe.
You're ordering it all at once.
On a hefty night.
And that's the thing, too, is that, like, okay, so you can eat, let's say you have the capacity and you can eat 40 pieces of sushi. Order 20 one round, and then take a break. Also, like, cleanse your palate, eat something else, and then see if you want 20 more.
Pick up all the ginger and just...
You can order more.
Totally.
You know, you can always order more.
Or Sam, you could be like me and order 8 pieces of sushi in the second round and never get it, because the restaurant is like, oh, fucking Whitey over there wants another 8 round of sushi. It's all you can eat.
I know. No, we have this qualm where like I get the impression that all you can eat sushi places, in an effort to push you out the door, purposely don't give you your second round.
100%.
And I know this because
100%.
We have ordered a second round before at certain restaurants, not gotten it, and then we give up, order dessert comes out immediately. It's like, okay, so you didn't lose my order. You purposely did not make my order.
You're
and
just
now you're
not
giving me
giving it to
dessert
me.
because you know once I have dessert, I'll probably leave.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous, because like the last couple times we've been to sushi, like it hasn't been peak hours.
No.
There are plenty of spots.
Actually, credit to Sushi Stars. Sushi Stars has never done that to me.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
They've always given me exactly
Everything
what I
you
ordered.
order.
Like, soon after I ordered it.
Yeah.
168 does that shit all the time.
Yeah.
And that place we went to, KB,
yeah,
did that.
Did that every time.
Every time.
KB did that every fucking time.
I think we're done with KB Sushi.
I've been done with KB Sushi.
Can we just, so like, it's funny, right? Because shout out to episode...
Revoking my sponsorship.
I was about to say, episode 1 of this podcast,
Yeah.
I think is like, we went to KB Sushi and we liked it. Yeah, we're not on KB Sushi anymore. Update, folks.
The end of an
Update, like the
era.
chill spot update. We're done
We
with
no
KB
longer
Sushi.
endorse KB Sushi.
I remember our last time that we went there. We went and it was loud. There was like this woman next to us who was like coughing the whole time. And then like we had a bunch of sushi and it was like really fishy. Like it was like almost fishy and warm. Like I know it sounds stupid to taste like fish tastes like fish, but like when it tastes fishy, you know that it's not as good.
I don't know about that.
Well, but that's actually a telltale thing. If it like smells like fish and it tastes like a heavy fishy, unless you're eating like snapper or something, which like that's how it's supposed to taste.
Fishy as fuck.
And then we left and we both paid like $40.
Yeah.
And like we got in the car and we're like, I think we're done.
I'm done.
I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll go to the 168. It's better.
Yeah, but then we went to sushi and that was a great treat. You treated me.
So fucking tasty.
You bought it, and then we met up with a bunch of my friends.
Sushi. I bought it. My boyfriend.
My boyfriend. He bought it.
He bought sushi.
My sushi. He bought it.
But then what happened?
We met up with my friends and we saw 1917, which is I'm trying to get up on the
Oscar stuff.
Not just the Oscar nominated ones, but like the buzzy movies,
Yeah.
the movies that are being talked about right now.
Totally.
I'm trying to get caught up.
Because I was really bad. Like
I was really bad with movies last year.
During Oscar season, we tend to do a little bit better because at least it's narrowed down for us.
yeah, and we play catch up. But I don't. This year, I don't really want to play catch up. I wanna go.
Yeah.
When they're in the
I don't want to
theaters.
see an Oscar nominated movie after the Oscars. Like we saw I, Tonya after the Oscars.
Yeah.
Which is like, I love that movie.
Yeah.
It was fucking great.
I would watch that. You know what? That's one of those movies where I would actually watch it again.
100%.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And it was well acted.
Oh, great performance.
I remember watching the Oscars that year, and then you and I went to Princess to go see I, Tonya. And I was like, I really wish I saw this movie beforehand. It would have changed my opinion on a lot of the awards.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, damn, this should have won more awards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember who won.
Because we saw it at the Princess, and our litmus test for the Princess is like, if you can feel how much in pain your butt is in the hard princess seats by the end of the movie, then the movie's not good.
Yeah, it's like,
because it's the movie needs to make you forget about how hard the seats are.
Totally.
So I, Tonya, passed that test by a long shot.
Not like you and I about halfway through the darkest hour. We're like,
the darkest hour. I was suffering.
I had like my feet up at one point.
Oh my god!
And, like, that's not even comfortable.
Oh
you
my
know?
god! I thought I was gonna break my tailbone sitting through the darkest hour.
It's
my
funny.
word!
I got a lot of shit for not liking that movie, but I don't know.
So boring.
I thought it was dreadfully boring.
I thought it was such a drag.
Like, I think that Gary Oldman did a bang up job in his performance.
But
like,
the content of it, it's like I would rather just watch The Crown.
Well, you know what it is?
The Crown covers this in a much more entertaining way.
I found all of the best parts of The Darkest Hour ended up in the movie Dunkirk. You know, like just go watch Dunkirk. It's better.
Yeah, that's right. There was that one year where like all the like history movies covered like the same period of time. You had The Crown and Dunkirk and The Darkest Hour, which all take place around the same time and deal with the same subject matter. And it's like, I'd rather just watch Dunkirk and The Crown than sit through The Darkest Hour.
But we watched this year's big bang and war movie, 1917.
Yeah.
Do you want to share some thoughts on it?
Yeah, I was impressed with it.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot, actually.
Well, like, you summarized this really well before we went into the movie, where you were like, I think you're going to like this movie, Sam, because it's more about the adventure than the war itself. Because I'm not super huge on war movies because I'm not a military person. I'm not a military history buff, and I don't really like. I hate. Because you know, like, because it's history, people assume that you already have a bit of knowledge going into it, so it doesn't hold your hand a lot. But I just get lost in all of the talk about like which sides. They're like, oh, the Allied forces are coming into the north on this side, and like we gotta get 500. We gotta get 500 corporal privates to the northwest coast of Italy, and I'm like,
4599.
I'm like, I don't know who those are or where that is.
Right.
So I'm just gonna wait for the stabby, shooty, and just
piece it together.
and just go and just Mod Podge it in my brain from
Totally.
there. But this movie was about two men and I'm gonna try and keep it like fairly spoiler free, but this movie was about two men and their journey. Like it's an adventure that they're going on.
This isn't a spoiler in my opinion because it happens in the first like 5 minutes of the movie. Well, I'm not gonna give anything away
because like the marketing doesn't give this part away, so I would say let's not.
What their mission is?
I'm like miming the spoiler, just FYI.
I mean, it's in the trailer, but put that away. You put that away right now. But you know, they go in and they go talk to Colin Firth's character, and he's like, "Okay, lads, here's exactly what you're gonna do for the rest of this movie."
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Go!" And it's like ran.
Yeah.
And then that's the movie.
And then that's the movie is them doing what Colin Firth told them to do.
Well, see, like I said this to you before the movie, and part of the reason what you were talking about, because in my opinion, the choice for it to be in World War I was much more of a setting choice, as opposed to like, because the movie's not really about World War I.
I was gonna say, was that based on a real like?
I don't know, actually.
Like
it was based off the stories of, I believe, Sam Mendes' like dad or grandfather.
Yeah.
Like one of them, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it's written by a woman.
Yeah.
Kristen.
She was in the Cineplex like
name.
pre-show.
I apologize, I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Maybe you can look it up.
I'll look it up. You go off.
But yeah, no, it's like, I like how, because it's not really about like World War I and the horrors of World War I. It's just about, like you said, it's about these two dudes who go on an adventure. It just happens to take place in World War I.
Yeah.
And what I thought they did a good job with the storytelling and the filmmaking is like, they don't need to like put look at this corpse, like really look at it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they just had them strewn about, and the whole one shot way it was made really leans towards the environmental storytelling that they did.
It also, because it's a one shot, and so they're like focused on like the subject. The corpses aren't the subject.
Yeah, they're corpses.
They're just present. They're dead. They're not. They're not doing anything. They're just around.
The closest shot of, actually, it's a little bit of a spoiler.
Yeah.
But there's only like one or two shots that I thought like really focus. On a corpse.
Yeah.
But it was for a point, you know, like they were like, it was a part of the story.
It was like the main characters were dealing with the corpses directly. Mm-hmm. So the corpse was like in the shot. You know?
Yeah.
That was really the only way a corpse got like a close up in this. Whereas like, you know, I'm trying to think of a director that would hone in on that. You know, like Quentin Tarantino might give you like a close up shot of a corpse.
Yeah.
If he ever made a war movie.
Quentin Tarantino, like the guys would be like, "Are you fucking ready to fucking go over, pal? Let's get the fuck over." And they put the bayonets on.
Yeah.
And they walk up to a corpse and they start going like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Or like, I think of the shot in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, and
I've never seen it.
You never seen it? Okay. This isn't really a spoiler per se.
It's
but
like 50 years old.
Yeah, if you haven't
Watch
seen it, if you haven't seen it by now, just
like whatever,
get with the program. I'm sorry.
You're not gonna remember when she tells you.
But there's a shot where like a man has had his eyes gouged out by the birds that go insane, and they burst into his house and they like peck his eyes out.
Kind of like the start of The Witcher.
So like the main character walks into the room, and the camera shows you what she sees, which is the man in a corner with his eyes gouged out and blood streaming down his face. And then it like does like a hard zoom in. It's almost like a jump cut. This is how hard it is.
Yeah.
It's like it zooms in once and then it zooms in even closer, really, really hard. And like that, you don't see that shit in this movie. It's just they're around. Yeah.
Well, I said this to Conrad.
Just zooming in. I also want to say.
Oh yeah, what's her name?
The person who wrote the script for 1917. Her name is Christy Wilson Cairns.
Christy Wilson
Cairns. She's Irish.
I figured.
Yeah. Well, she was in the Cineplex pre-show, and you heard her talking. It's like that's Irish.
Yeah. So shout out to her. Shout out to Sam Mendes. I really really liked the fucking movie.
I think that war movies need to be about that more often.
Need to be stories like in that. War.
Less of the jargon, more of the specific. Because really, like all that Hollywood does is they mine World War I and World War II and the Vietnam War, I would argue, for specific stories about like missions and important people from those wars, and then they tell their specific stories.
And that's great
in the war.
In a way.
But I feel like sometimes they're trying to play to the military buff in the audience, and like that's not
like they don't want to skimp on the details because they feel as though it might be a disservice.
Yeah, they want it to be as realistic as possible, and it's like just tell the story.
That's fair.
Just tell the story. Another thing that I loved about that movie that I kept trying to say, but the conversation kept steering away from it, is that they cast. You see black people, you see like sick people in like Sikh is in like SIKH.
Like
Sikh. Yeah. It's supposed to be like Sikh, but
to clarify.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, I understand.
There's like a Sikh character in the movie. There are black people.
They fought in the war.
Saw in one of the trench scenes. I saw like an Indian person, like from India, not indigenous. I should clarify. But like there were people of color in this movie, and so many war movies make the mistake of only casting white people when like
tons of people of color fought in the
Asian
war.
people, Indian people, indigenous folks, black folks, like Muslim folks. Sikh folks. They all fought in this war. On both sides. So yeah, like they just did that.
Thank God.
Yeah, I just shout out to them because I know that's been a huge criticism of war movies for a really long time, and I appreciated that.
Like,
and like they had lines, like the Sikh character had lines.
Yeah, he did
he had screen time.
that awesome impression of
one of the captains or something.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, you saw him like joking around. You didn't see and like it wasn't like the one Sikh guy in a corner. Nobody's talking to him because he's a person of color and everyone's racist. No, he jokes with the rest
he's
of
part
his
of the crew.
Yeah.
They're chilling.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny, right?
I really liked that.
I really liked that scene in particular because, like, without no spoilers, of course.
Yeah.
What happened to the main character before that was like pretty tragic.
Yes.
So, but it's kind of
he's
nice.
Fucked up.
Well, it's kind of nice to go like the first up until the end of Act 1, it's been this tense, anxiety-ridden, like really like borderline scary movie with like what's gonna happen. They're in a really dangerous spot, and then something bad happens, and then now he's with these guys who are like jovial as fuck. And it's almost like a nice little reminder that, like, wow, the war was big. And, like, it's not all of these, like, horrific moments. Like, there's actually, like, room for comedy, which is so weird, right? Like, you don't think, like, like people would be, like, yucking it up in a war, but they were.
Yeah.
And it served as a really nice breather. I felt, like, safe as an audience member for a moment.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's with people. He's not going to get, like, ambushed by the Germans or something.
Yeah. It was nice.
It didn't last long, but it was a nice little breather.
So it doesn't last long. You know?
I guess that's literally what a comic relief is.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I guess that's what it's supposed to do.
A brief moment of relief.
But yeah, but I guess, like, to put a pin in that, like, we both really liked 1917, and I think you should go watch it.
And it was a good round out, for the end of my birthday, you know, like, but because it's a crisp 2 hours. The movie started at 10, came out 12 o'clock. It's no longer my birthday.
There you go.
Yeah. It was
now you're just 26.
Now I'm just 26. Yep. Now I gotta just do that.
Speaking of ages, I had a funny interaction at work a couple days ago.
Okay.
On Tuesday.
Okay.
I was by myself. Unfortunately, and anyone who works retail will feel this burn as well.
Yeah.
Now that the Christmas season is over, the companies are back to being like, yeah, we know you have no business because we see your numbers. Yeah. So here's like 100 hours to schedule your people. Like, good luck. Which is like nothing, right? Yeah. Like that's so minuscule. So I worked a 6 to 9:30 shift.
Yeah.
Last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'll take what I can get because I just need the money.
You just gotta work.
But fuck, man.
Yeah.
It really sucks.
Yep.
Like, to go into work at 6 p.m., it's dark outside.
Yep.
I like maybe just finished dinner.
Yeah.
Work for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm at work, and my coworker has gone on break. That's really what I show up to do for the 3-hour shifts. It's just like relieve people.
Cover breaks.
Yeah. So she goes on break, and these 3 kids came in. These 3 little kids. 2 of them were like kind of nervous, like kids, but the third one, who's like clearly the oldest one, who couldn't have been older than like, honestly, like 11 maybe, had his like chest all puffed out.
Yeah.
My favorite part is that he came up to me and he was doing his best in like adult impression.
Yeah.
He's like, hey there, man, like what could I like I'm looking for this today, like, and he threw his elbow up on the cash and was like looking at me. I don't remember what he bought, but he bought a T-rated game.
Okay.
For something, which like it doesn't mean anything. I'll get to that in a moment.
You don't have to give them a warning for T.
So I was like, hey guys, you guys got a card? And the brother was like, oh yeah, I have it on this phone here. And like he opens his phone. He's like taking a little while. And I look at like the leader kid, and he's like, can you believe it? Like,
kids, yeah, am I right?
Kids, right? But the whole time I was like, you are just parroting your father.
I know.
And I thought it was so funny. I had the hardest time.
It's kind of adorable.
It's super. It's like, you know what it was? I gave them the game, and then they walked away because clearly, like, they thought like, oh shit, we have to convince this guy that we're teenagers if we're gonna buy a teen game.
Oh my god.
Little do they know that you don't need to be a teenager to buy a teen game. You just need to be over 18 to buy a mature game.
Okay.
Because that's the rules.
Yeah.
So like these kids come in, they're like, okay guys, you ready? Like, just don't be rehearsed. Hello there, son. Could I get Assassin's Creed Odyssey, please?
He's like that. He's like that kid that dated Princess Carolyn in BoJack
Vincent
Horseman.
Adult Man.
Vincent Adult Man.
It felt that way. I could not believe this kid's whole act.
Yeah.
He handed me like you guys aren't gonna be able to see this at home, but I was like, "What are you paying with today?" He's like, "It'll be on debit." He went he was like, "To be just on
he
debit."
Like flourishes his debit
flicked
card.
it at me, and he like tapped it on the machine. He's like, "Thanks, buddy." Oh my god, it was so funny.
Oh, that's
Jesus
so
Christ,
cute.
work happenstances. Actually, I had another stupid thing happen to me at work. I had this guy come up to me at work on Friday, actually, the Friday previous, and he was like this dad. He was like with his kid. He comes up and he's like, "Hey man, do you have any Dragon Ball Z like Naruto from Dragon Ball Z?"
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. I like paused for a minute. I'm like, "Wait, do you mean like Naruto or do you mean Dragon Ball Z stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, you know like Naruto from Dragon Ball Z," and I was like, "I'm gonna stop you right there, buddy." I'm being perfectly honest with you. Naruto is not from Dragon Ball Z. Like they're different series, and he like fought me on it. He was like, "My kid, like he keeps saying like Naruto from I understand what little Timothy is saying, but little Timothy's a fucking idiot. He has no idea what he's talking about."
Yeah,
oh,
that's like
man.
saying that's like saying like like Archie from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
Yeah, do you have any Scooby Doo Archie stuff?
Like Yugi's my favorite Pokemon trainer. You have any idea where I can get some Yugi stuff? No.
No,
I don't actually.
I don't know where you can find that. Speaking of like sticking things together, that don't actually go together. So I told you a story about something that I wrote when I was in 4th grade.
Remind me.
About like a story that I wrote when I was in 4th grade for an assignment.
Now I remember.
So
we're finally telling the story.
Yeah. Okay, so it just reminded me of that, of like kids putting things together because they probably don't have the like proper context, and they just think that they're like related because they have like they're both animes,
and they take things literally.
Yeah, and they take things literally.
Kids often take things literally.
So when I was in 4th and 5th grade, actually, I had this teacher. We'll call him Mr. V. V is in Vienna.
Sausage.
Sausages. We'll call him Mr. V. I had him for 4th and 5th grade. He was actually, looking back, he was one of my best teachers that I've had just in the history of
Shout
schooling.
out to Mr. V.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. V.
You don't get too many good teachers. And
he was a good teacher. He found ways to stick to the curriculum, but like give us good assignments. And one of his favorite things to do to round out a unit, especially when we had learned something new about like grammar or sentence structure, or like story structure, like in English class, was to assign us, like he would have us write original stories. So he would say, okay, so like, we learned about like plot structure in English class this unit.
Okay.
So write me a story that follows, the straight line that goes up to a climax and then goes down. Yeah, the witch's hat down into a denouement and stuff like that.
Yeah, the standard story structure.
Yeah. So write me a story that follows that. For Halloween, he had us write a story, and it had to start with, it was a dark and stormy night in Vale City. So for context, my dad has this like collection of CDs. That's like classic. It goes through the decades. It's like hits of 1971 to 72, hits of 84 to 85. It's like one of those like Columbia records. Like I think he bought them off of TV. Like you can straight up. It's one of those things.
He texted a number and it's like still to this day
not even
getting
texted,
text
like
messages.
Called a 1-800 number and like paid like 4 installments of like $8.99.
I watch all your DVDs.
Yeah.
Give me all of them. Here's my credit card number.
Yeah, exactly. One
like
of
getting
those
charged
things.
to this day.
And one of the songs on one of those albums was the Shaft theme song.
Shaft.
Yeah. Look it up if you want to. It's a straight bop. The Shaft theme song by Isaac Hayes is just like, it's the best. For those who don't know, Shaft, we talked about this in the Blaxploitation bit that we did, I think, last podcast.
Yeah, that episode came out. Yeah. 31. Episode 31.
Yeah.
This is 32.
Shaft was a Blaxploitation character. He was a detective. He was a badass detective.
He was a man.
He's a complicated man.
He's a complicated man.
So I'm a kid, and my dad
complicated kid.
is like telling me about stuff that he liked when he was a kid, and he came up in the 70s, and loved Shaft because he was a boy.
Totally.
And Shaft is a badass like detective dude who like always won and always got the girl.
He like punch first, ask questions
and I was
later.
like, cool. Can I can I see like Shaft someday? And he was like,
no,
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That's actually being a responsible
What
parent.
you can do is listen to this theme song until you're blue in the face, but you cannot see this movie until you're like 18.
That's understandable.
So I listened to this theme song. There was like a phase where I listened to it like nonstop. So all I knew about Shaft was just like what I heard in the theme song. I didn't know.
You had to infer the whole story.
I had to infer like all of Shaft from this theme song.
So I'm assuming then that there is some key narrative details in this theme song.
Yeah. No, it like the theme song tells you about Shaft, like who he is as a person. It gives you like an overview of him. One of the lines in the theme song, Isaac Hayes goes, "He's a complicated man, but no one understands him but his brothers, John Shaft."
Wait, is that actually what it says? John Shaft?
Yeah, the backup dancers come in and they go, "John Shaft." Every time he says Shaft, the backup dancers go, "Shaft."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So hang on, is John Shaft then his full name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused. No, yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I'm grade 4. You're like 8 or 9.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm biracial. Growing up in a white town. Growing up in a white town, I don't know that brother is a term that black men use to refer to other black men. So I get this assignment. At the same time, this is grade 4. I've been playing Nancy Drew computer games for a year.
Yeah.
Because I discovered them in grade 3. So I get this assignment to write like a creepy story for like a mystery story, like a creepy Halloween mystery story.
So naturally.
So I'm gonna combine my 2 favorite detectives, John Shaft and Nancy Drew, on a case together to find, because I didn't know that brother was a term that black men used to refer to other black men who weren't necessarily related to you.
Right.
So I made up a story that Shaft's brother,
John.
Jason.
Oh, Jason.
Jason Shaft gets kidnapped.
Amazing.
And he has to team up with Nancy Drew to save his brother.
I really wish I could read that.
Because I didn't know. I know I must have thrown it out in one of my big purges when I was doing like a spring cleaning or something.
What would that Nancy Drew story be called? Like Nancy Drew in the streets of Harlem. Like no, Nancy Drew, a rose in Harlem. You can see it, right?
Oh my god!
I can see the box art. It'd be like her, like with like, and it's like John Shaft with like a big gun.
Because like John Shaft's uniform is a leather trench coat.
Yeah, the long
with
red
a
one.
Big afro. Mm-hmm. And he carries like a revolver.
Oh, you know what it'd be? It'd be you know how Nancy they do like the silhouette of Nancy on like all of the boxes.
Yeah.
It'd be like Nancy's silhouette, but then in the back behind her is Shaft's silhouette, like with the big afro and the coat. The team up you've been asking for. Everyone at Her Interactive is like, listen, guys. We've been scouring Twitter for months now, and we know that you want this crossover bad. Holy fuck.
Nancy Drew and Shaft crossover. I would
play the
grade.
fuck out of that. Are you fucking kidding me, Sam? I'd buy the platinum edition that gives you a Shaft afro that you can wear at home. Like, I'd buy that. Are you kidding me? That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
I hope oh god. It's definitely been thrown out since then. I'm so mad
like
that
Nancy
I never
Drew
saved it.
And Shaft appear as the newest Smash Brothers characters.
To save Shaft's brother.
Jason Shaft is what you named him?
Jason, yeah. I was like, well, it doesn't tell me his name in the theme song, and I can't. This is like before YouTube too. Remember?
Yeah.
This is pre-YouTube. This is 2004. Mm-hmm. I think that's pre-YouTube.
YouTube came out in 2005.
Yeah, a year before YouTube. I had like
nothing.
You know what I mean? I had nothing.
Sam,
just my imagination.
You've been practicing writing game scripts. You should write this Nancy Drew Shaft crossover. I seriously think that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
We could do like a staged reading of it.
Yeah.
And put it up on YouTube. It'd be hilarious.
I mean, like, I still have like dregs of the story in my mind. Mm-hmm. from like just what I wrote, because like I realized like 2.5 years later how ridiculous that was.
Shaft like smacks a girl and Nancy's like, you can check that one off.
Check.
Damn right, Nancy.
Drew. Oh man, I wonder
Nancy
if I can,
Drew.
Nancy Drew.
Oh my god. So
yeah,
are you searching something up?
I was just gonna play a bit of the Shaft theme song, but it's okay. We don't have to.
Well, in the meantime, well, you can do it. I want to hear it a little. We do a little bit. It might be fun for the audience.
It's a bop. Keep going.
So I'll just talk over this.
Yeah.
There's been I had a
copyright can't let me play this for too long.
No longer than 7 seconds.
I'm done.
Done. Perfect. I had a what I like to call a angry nerd moment this morning, Sam.
Okay.
So I mentioned earlier, I made a joke about Nancy Shaft being in the new Smash Brothers game.
Yeah.
This morning, Sam, it is Thursday, the 16th. Mm-hmm. Just this morning, they announced the final DLC character of the first pack. They're doing another pack, but they announced there's 5 in the first one. They announced the last one.
Yeah.
And it was a Fire Emblem character.
Okay.
There are now, including this character, 8
for fuck's sake.
Fire Emblem characters.
It's like the majority of the characters.
Sam?
That you can pick from in Smash.
I am very tired of Fire Emblem characters. So don't get me wrong. Like, people are really happy about this. And Masahiro Sakurai, the lead designer of the game, is like so pumped that Byleth is in the game. Mm-hmm. Whatever. There are 3 reasons why I'm really upset about this. Okay. But I'm going to try to be optimistic about it. Okay. The first one I'm upset about is that there's 8 of these fucking characters now, and most of them are identical, and it's really fucking annoying. Okay. Secondly, Nintendo and Masahiro Sakurai were like, all of the DLC characters are going to be third-party characters. They're not going to be first-party Nintendo characters. And they're all going to be from different series. Series that have never been in Smash Brothers before.
Third-party? That's such a waste of time.
What are you talking about? Third-party is, like, interesting.
Oh, sorry.
First party means Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
Third party means other studios' characters.
Okay, sorry. I was thinking in the vein of like secondary, tertiary characters like in the game. So like imagine.
Oh, like you pick like a Deuteronomist.
Imagine you could put Nancy Drew in Smash Brothers, but you decide to put like Bess Marvin.
the Hardy Boys.
Like
that
that's
would be
stupid.
So fucking funny. They picked these like C level fucking Nancy Drew characters.
Yeah, no, third party is in like
other
popular
studios.
Games that weren't made by Nintendo.
Like Banjo-Kazooie
like
is
Final
currently
Fantasy.
owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie got put in Smash Brothers.
Yep. Okay,
He's a third party character.
Gotcha. I'm caught up.
So
you're tired of third party?
No. They promised that every character was going to be a third party character.
Okay.
Byleth from Fire Emblem is not a third party character.
It's made by Nintendo.
It's the first. Well, I shouldn't say it's produced by a different studio, but licensed by Nintendo. So, like, if you really want to split hairs, I think he's a third-party character.
Yeah.
But he's in Fire Emblem. It's the third the third best-selling game on the Switch. Yeah. It's very prolific.
Yeah.
The third reason I'm fucking pissed off about this is that it's a waste of time. It's just like...
Why more Fire Emblem?
They promised that it would be a character, like, okay, everyone online is like, were you surprised? I mean, I was, technically. It's like, not a good surprise.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about this. But whatever. I'm going to be an optimist and say that Masahiro Sakurai gets a break now. He gets to go on vacation or something.
Yeah.
And then he also is super excited about the character. Even though I'm not, he is. And we're getting 6 more characters later. So fucking whatever.
So like this one can just kind of be
maybe Master Chief can be in the next one. God damn it.
God, thinking about it now, I can't believe Master Chief didn't get put into Smash sooner.
Don't talk to me about that, Sam.
Okay.
I'm gonna get really pissed off.
Okay.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. Like, they're doing their best, and the 5 characters we got were amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, Byleth included. It was all really interesting choices. One way or the other. Okay. Positive or negative. It was interesting choices.
Okay.
So I'm happy with that.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to kind of reel myself back in. I was like, am I being a fucking asshole? No, because I'm upset about it, and I'm gonna stand by that. But I'm not gonna poo-poo other people. That's my litmus, right? I'll be really mad about it, but if someone's really happy about it, I'm not gonna be like, well, fuck you, idiot.
I can't believe you're excited for this. Don't you want something different?
I bet you made siblings kiss in the last Fire Emblem game, you freak.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I'm sure it is.
Oh yeah.
Because as soon as I learned about the like romancing feature, like part aspect of Fire Emblem. I was like, some dirtbag's gonna like make siblings kiss.
Man, that's what I missed about Fire Emblem Three Houses. You ever play any Fire Emblem game?
I played a good chunk of Awakening.
That's the best one in my opinion.
I didn't finish it.
Awakening is really, really good because Awakening introduced the relationship thing.
Okay.
So like you have to understand that like Fire Emblem before Awakening was like popular, like people like played it.
Yeah.
But Awakening like skyrocketed
Like
Fire
crossed
Emblem.
it over.
It like made it like holy shit, like Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Because they added a dating sim to the game. And then the game slowly became a dating sim where every now and then you fight a medieval war against people.
Yeah.
And like little did we know that works really great apparently.
Yeah.
So the newest one is all about like forming relationships and like strengthening the relationship, blah, 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 blah. But they took away the best part of that. Whereas if two characters got hitched in Awakening due to plot reasons, their like future child would like come from the future and like join your army.
Okay, cool.
Which is like, that's dope.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of stupid and really campy.
It's
but
like, it's a little bit of a stretch, but you know what? It's fantasy.
But there is a mechanical reward for doing things like relationships.
For bonding people.
And which
I appreciate because then like we can joke and kiki about how like it's a dating sim now, but even if you're not into the dating sim aspect of it, you kind of have to play it. And I think that's the way to go because it legitimizes you putting in a dating sim aspect to it. So it's not just like, for the people who like putting, versions of themselves together in the Sims.
Right, yeah.
Can just come and play this game.
Each other and
no, it matters.
But what's disappointing is that they took that out in Three Houses.
Okay.
You don't get like future kids anymore.
Okay.
The way it works is like it's more like Persona style. So like you run around your school and you can like form like based on your skills as a fighter, you can like recruit people from other houses to like join your army or whatever. And you have more units at your disposal. And then there's a time skip halfway through the game where like they go from being teenagers to like grown-ups.
Yeah.
And it's this whole thing. Like I really did like Three Houses. I just wish that if anything, I actually wish that the relationship parts were more fleshed out.
Okay.
I thought it took a back seat.
Yeah.
Compared to the war stuff.
Which is disappointing considering the fact that they essentially nailed how to, like, the romantic aspect of these games. They just kind of had to formulate it for this game.
Oh, let me be perfectly clear. This is not a popular opinion. It is the third best-selling Fire Emblem game.
I remember seeing Three Houses on a lot of, like, best of the year, like, personal best of the year lists. A lot of people, from, like
love
because, like, gaming stuff shows up on my timeline because you like a lot of gaming stuff, so I inevitably see a lot of it. Also, another one of my favorite YouTubers, her wife, who I follow on Twitter because she makes content with her sometimes, is a gamer.
What's her name?
It's Nico from Alb in Wonderland.
That's it. I was about to say, is it Alb?
Yeah,
good old Alb.
It's Alb's wife, Nico.
Cool.
She has a lot of like interesting. I think in a fantasy world where like we somehow wind up like meeting Angelina, that's her real name, and Nico. I feel like you would like Nico because
I feel like I'd probably like both of them.
She's big into gaming and
they do that ASMR stuff. That's like their
ASMR,
shtick, right? Yeah.
They don't do it together. Angelina does ASMR. They have a sub channel called Days of Our Wives, but they actually haven't updated in a long time. Where they like talk together, and that's mainly where you see Nico. Angelina has been doing YouTube since like I was in high school.
We should get into ASMR. You and I should just become ASMR YouTubers.
I don't like ASMR, so I don't want to make money off ASMR.
You don't want to perpetuate something you can't like.
I shouldn't say I don't like ASMR. I'm one of those people that it doesn't do anything.
Me neither.
For me.
I don't get tinglies either.
So I don't want to make money off of it.
Well, I gotta wonder, like, if you're the kind of person who gets tinglies, like if Alb in Wonderland gets tinglies, does she give herself tinglies when she does ASMR?
I don't know because she's not listening to it
the
way that you do. Yeah.
I would love to like. I've given ASMR the old college try. Like I put my nice headphones on, listen to ASMR. What I can't get behind when it comes to ASMR is like I listened to one that was like a role play kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's like you're going to the barber and she
the 3D
like
haircut
snips your hair.
Yeah.
That
was my first intro.
That made me
to
uncomfortable.
ASMR. I remember because people were calling it like 3D sound or something like that.
Yeah, because they have that fancy microphone with the two ears.
Yeah,
and it's like has a left and right microphone.
Yeah, and then they like they make the snippy noises, and then they like put like a foil packet over your head.
I'm just gonna spray a little.
Yeah, and it actually like you can feel it on like both sides of your ear.
Yeah,
it's a weird sensation. It brought tears to my eyes. You know, like
He's like, Sam, are you okay?
You know when pop goes up your nose.
Oh,
and it makes your eyes tear up.
Yeah,
and sting a little. It did that to me.
You like burp and it like goes through your nose.
Yeah,
like,
and your eyes tear up a little bit that way. That's what ASMR does to me. It's very it's like it is very uncomfortable for me. It's not even just like it doesn't do anything. Like it makes me uncomfortable.
I'd also like to say that like I know for a fact that ASMR and like people who like ASMR are very vehement about this, and I totally think it's valid. ASMR is in no way, shape, or form sexual.
No.
I can't help but feel though it is 100%
sexual.
I can't listen to ASMR and not be like, any second now, they're just going to be like, yeah, you fucking like when I stick.
See, yeah.
You like it when I go straight up your butt like that? Like, you were cutting my hair a second ago. Like, I routinely don't get finger blasted by my barber unless I don't give a good tip.
Tip your barbers, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, or they will finger blast you. It's in their rules.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Jesus.
Yeah, no, I just yeah, no, I get what you mean by that. Something about it seems inherently sexual. Maybe because, you know, when I'm getting ready for the sexy times, I whisper.
Yeah.
Like, I go down to like a whisper. Or like a
We should just bring it up to speaking volume.
Like a quiet groan.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. So when someone gets quiet, I'm like, are we gonna have sex soon?
Yeah.
Like, am I ooh.
You like start to take your shirt off.
I was
You're
not
like,
in the mindset.
What's going on here?
Yeah. Should I take my shirt off for this?
Socks on, socks off. Socks on, socks off.
But I know I'm not about to have sex, so it's
totally.
it's just very confusing for me.
Could you fucking imagine
like
how unsexy dirty talk would be if you just said it in a normal voice? Like if it was just like, yeah, spank me right there. You're gonna need another shower after I'm done with you. Like, it's so less sexy. You have to be like, yeah, you like that.
Exactly. You have to like take it to a lower register.
You can't be like, yeah, do you like that? I bet that feels really good.
Oh
That'd
my
be
god,
awful.
exactly.
Oh shit, babe. Oh, I'm gonna fart. Go watch our Paper Mario playthrough. It'll be up this week, I'm sure.
For context, yeah, no, so like, yeah, ASMR, TLDR, ASMR doesn't do it for me.
But it's A-okay in my opinion. If you're really into ASMR, that's totally fun.
Yeah, no, I totally understand how for some people just like listening to somebody whisper quietly and just talk quietly can be comforting to you. Our world is very loud, so I think ASMR, it sort of like it's very relaxing just to hear someone talk quietly for a while.
Definitely.
I'm just not one of those people.
It doesn't give the effect that it's supposed to give with me.
Yeah.
So I can't really get behind it.
Definitely.
So,
but yeah.
Can I share a woe with you, Sam?
By all means.
I want to win in Tetris 99 so fucking bad.
It's so crazy to me because you have been moaning about this for
like a year.
On and off.
Yeah.
I thought that Tetris 99 would cycle out. You know, it's a good arcade game. It's good to pick it up every once in a while, but I thought that the whole like get to first out of 99 people would just sort of cycle out for you eventually,
like one
as
of my
like
favorite games.
Because winning games doesn't really matter to you.
Unless I can't. Then it matters,
I guess
a lot.
it does that. It does that thing for you where it like takes it away from you, so you have to beat it. It's got dad taking you to a baseball game syndrome.
It's got that Dark
where
Souls
you're just
energy, where it's like,
you took this from me, so now I have to spend the rest of my life making sure that I just like never feel that feeling again.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm chasing that high. I've been chasing the Tetris Dragon for like a year now.
Yeah.
And I get so close.
You got to second place one time.
I'm gonna toot my own horn for a minute. I have gotten so fucking good at Tetris that I routinely place top 10 whenever I play. There's two ways my Tetris 99's games end. I either finish in the 90s or in the top 10.
There's no in between.
I've never finished like 50 in last year.
Yeah.
And I can't win. I try so fucking hard.
What like Tetris master is like, that's the thing too, is probably the same person who's like beating you.
Why would you say that to me?
Who is coming in first in Tetris 99? Realistically, this game has been out for how long? Like, it came out last year sometime, but it hasn't been a full calendar year.
No, it came out last
2 years?
Well, actually, that's a good question. I'll look it up.
So like this.
No, it hasn't been 2 years. I'm wrong.
This game's been out for a while.
Longer than a year, I think.
Longer than a year. So like, you know, like there are certain people.
I stand corrected. It came out February 13th, 2019.
So we're coming up on a year
Almost a full calendar year
of this game being out. The life cycle for games with you, where you like you play them a lot and you obsess about them and you talk about them all the time, is like a couple of weeks.
Even
really,
if
it's like 2 weeks. Sometimes.
Maybe even that. Yeah.
Even less than that. I'm being generous.
I do burn through games rather quickly.
Yeah.
I try to.
So the fact that you are talking about this game almost a year later still, to me alone, is like, why are you not off this yet?
Babe, I love
Tetris. I can't believe you're still on this. And then, like everybody else, like there's probably a significant chunk of people, because like gamers and games, like it's a cycle, right? There are people who have probably traded in this game, given up on this game, only play this game for fun and don't really try and be good at it, just kind of play it for shits and giggles and don't mind landing in like 55th place. So like it's like you and some like Russian mastermind battling it out every single time. I'm sure like someone who is ranked in first, who's beaten you for first place, you've met them more than once in your life in this cycle.
Why'd you say that to me?
Yeah. You have a nemesis.
I'm gonna dox this person. I'm gonna fucking take their internet away.
So you can win Tetris 99.
Sam,
you're going to eliminate them instead of beating them fair and square. You're going to do the extra mile.
Tetris 99, as you know, was known as a battle royale.
Yeah.
It means you play against a bunch of other people at the same time.
Yeah.
Other popular battle royales include games like Fortnite or PUBG.
Yeah.
I have had a chicken dinner in Fortnite and had chicken dinner in PUBG and won in Fortnite, a victory royale in Fortnite, more times than Tetris 99. I've had an easier time winning in these other games.
Yeah.
I've come so close to victory, Sam. I've gotten in second place.
Yeah.
I was saying this. I was talking about your roommate.
No, you texted me and I thought it was like a huge thing. You texted me in all caps. You were like, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam! And I was like, oh, what happened? What happened? Is it good? Is it bad? Yeah. Is everybody safe? Is everybody okay? And you were like, I came in second place. I was like, oh, it's a fucking Tetris 99. Text Cameron. Don't waste my goddamn time.
Stop.
I got shit to do.
With your dreams and hopes.
God. This is your dream? This is your hope?
It is.
We're both still living with our parents. And you are here. Your biggest goal in life isn't to move in with the love of your life. It's to come in first place
Sam,
in an arcade game that has existed since like the dawn of arcade games.
Sam, if I win in Tetris 99, I could die a happy man. I could die the next day. I could die that minute. It would just be the end of my life.
I'm a fucking Tetris 99 widow is what I am.
But no, so the thing with Tetris 99...
I got cuckolded by Tetris 99.
I actually really like the way Tetris 99 is set up, because it's a free game. You don't have to pay for it. It's 100% free.
Great.
Are you okay? Do we need to talk?
No.
You're not a Tetris 99 widow. Sam.
Whatever.
I want to be with you.
No, talk about your little game.
I mean, I don't want to anymore.
Keep talking about your little game.
No?
No.
We'll just sit in silence for 10 minutes, and then we'll end the podcast.
Thanks so much for listening. I'm just kidding. I don't mind.
But the thing with Tetris, I think is really cool, is that like, the game is free. You don't have to pay for it. But there's a version you can pay for that gives you like 2-player mode and like all these other modes. Okay. So it's like, it's neat.
Wow, you haven't bought 2-player mode yet? You've just been playing it by yourself with your little strangers all on the internet? You've just been playing Tetris 99 with a bunch of strangers on the internet trying to get to first place. Instead, you could buy it and play it with your girlfriend, spend quality time with your girlfriend, but you're just playing with strangers on the internet?
She's like this when we turn the mics off. Help.
Little bitch.
No, but I own Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is the same thing, but I can't play with 99 other people.
I actually can't play Tetris with you anymore. Like, before Tetris 99 came out, you used to piss me off.
There's no way we could play. Sam,
I thought I was good at Tetris, and then I played it with you, and I was like, I got just obliterated.
I really don't want to
like, you smoked
insult you, but back when we played that, I have gotten so much fucking better.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and
I'm never touching that game with you again.
Like, I seriously, like, I don't know, because okay, I'm gonna tell you my struggles, Sam. Mm-hmm. In Tetris 99, you can't have restraint.
Yeah.
You need to be as
Tetrises.
fervent as possible.
Of course.
And you need to clear those rows.
Of course.
You need to get Tetrises on Tetrises on Tetrises if you want to win. So if you and I played together, it would not last very long.
It would be a joke.
We should do that.
It would be a joke. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not subjecting myself to that kind of mutilation, that kind of humiliation.
I'm going to put the recommendation of this video to our Tetris video that we did.
Fine.
That was a fun video. We had fond memories of doing that.
Yeah, that wasn't the moment where I got pissed at you. It was like we were playing it.
Well, we
like,
played
okay,
it separately.
so my understanding of Tetris hasn't been like you get Tetrises to win, because I don't usually play Tetris against other people.
Yeah.
I thought the point of Tetris was to just like
organize blocks
and
points.
keep your level as low as possible. Keep it from getting to the top of the screen for as long as you possibly can. I thought it was a long game. No. You want to get as many Tetrises as you can to raise the score high, like to the highest point that you can.
Yep.
I've never played that way before in my life, so I started playing with you, and you get like Tetrises on Tetrises, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. just keep the blocks low.
Well, it's funny,
like,
right? So my
God.
infatuation for Tetris began when I was working in Kitchener, because the store that I worked at was very slow. So I'd bring my Switch and we'd play Tetris with my coworkers. So one time I was playing with an old coworker of mine. We were playing Tetris Versus, which is what Sam is talking about. Yeah. And for those who don't know, in Tetris Versus, when you get Tetrises, you give your opponent gray blocks.
Yeah.
Which then pushes them up the screen.
Prevents them from, And
eventually they'll, it'll be bad.
Yeah.
You'll lose.
Yeah, it makes them lose faster.
So I was playing against this guy, and I didn't really realize that I was going so hard.
Yeah.
But I went and and it just went boof, 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 and he lost. Yeah. And he turned to me, he's like, "You just pounded my fucking pussy, dude! Like, Jesus Christ!"
No, it's like it's not fair, because. Listen, you can beat me in Tetris fair and square if you want to. You have to let me play the game for a little bit. I don't even get to play the game when I play with you.
It's true.
That's
why I don't think we should play together.
That is what makes me mad about playing Tetris with you, is that I don't even get to play the game.
I'm too fast.
Because it's like 8 Tetrises in a row, 16 Tetrises in a row. Okay, game's over. I haven't even played for like 30 seconds yet. And you just Tetrised me out of the game, and it's like, listen, I'll lose to you all damn day, buddy, but I don't want to play this game.
I want to tell you,
I'm not even playing. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, like you're just like, wow, I like wanted to like organize some blocks and like press a couple buttons.
And I'm like, well, like, what the fuck where's the fun in that?
I'm sorry,
I'm not having fun.
I know. That's why I will never subject you to Tetris versus me.
No, I'm not doing that.
I don't want us to do it.
Or like, you just got to play differently. You just have to admit that you will play differently.
Once I win in Tetris 99, I think
you'll hang up your hat. Calm down.
No, I will never give up Tetris because I love Tetris. But I think I'll probably just go back to playing single player Tetris. Just like playing the game, relaxing, getting some high scores.
So listen, like, dear Russian mastermind, if you were out there,
dear Ublik,
please let my boyfriend win,
so you can have him back.
Like, I need this chapter in his life to come to a close.
Yep.
I need it to end.
One of these days, babe.
Please.
It's gonna happen.
I'm so tired.
I'm tired of all this. He's addicted.
Your actions are rippling out and affecting others beyond what you could possibly imagine.
First, you rigged the election, and now you won't let me win in Tetris 99.
Tetris, and I really need this.
Can I tell you my Tetris success story though?
Sure.
So in the cottage, over New Year's, Sam and I went on vacation to a friend's cottage. Good old Steve. And Alen, who is another Tetris fanatic, was there as well. Alen is one of our best friends, and who I've known him since high school. He's a great guy. I love him. He'll probably be on the channel at some point. So we were playing Tetris by myself. I was just like running solo Tetris. And Alen has always been better than me at Tetris. Like, always. Okay. Like, he's like a goddamn savant at Tetris. I have to say, I think I may have like freaked him out a little bit. Because like I started doing this thing, I had what I call a perfect run in Tetris. Now, what I mean by a perfect run, I fill the whole screen except for one row on either side. So basically, it just means I have this big solid block that I just need long pieces and just fuck it up. I got really lucky, which is like there's a lot of luck involved in this kind of thing. But I've been doing a lot of practices to get that. Like I practiced really hard to get that. Yeah. So I was doing it and I was getting all these points and I was like, oh, then you want to like play Tetris? You'll probably beat me though. And he looked at me. He's kind of like, I don't know, man.
Oh, he like saw you play and was like,
holy shit!
Struck the fear of God into him.
I got a little happy. I'm not gonna lie. It made me just a little happy.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I've intimidated my best friend.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God.
Hey, but listen, Sam.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel about this podcast? Think we reached a good limit? A good time?
Yeah. What time are we at?
We're at an hour.
Okay.
Hour 3.
Okay. We're sitting at a good time here.
Yeah, I feel like this has been it's been a great podcast.
I've had a great time with you.
So I'll say that lesson number 1 of today is to go see 1917. It's a great movie. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Lesson number 2.
Listen, don't be afraid to take creative license with existing IPs.
Write fan fiction.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, actually, I would
We
like
are pro fan fiction here at Chill Spot.
Definitely.
Like hardcore.
All writing starts as fan fiction at some point.
Yes.
To be honest.
No, it doesn't.
Well, because
sometimes it starts with an idea, but
excuse me. I think
fan fiction is a fantastic writing exercise. I think, and a game dev that I follow on Twitter pointed this out, where like fan fiction is great, and it's useful because a lot of writing projects that you come on to, you know, like you think about like TV, games, film, you're building on top of somebody else's idea, and fan fiction is just that. You take a world that has already been created and you build on it from there, but you have to keep within the rules of the world, and good fan fiction works within those rules.
Yeah.
So writing fan fiction is a great way to learn to write based on other people's ideas. It's wonderful to have your own brainchild
to write in worlds
and like come up with your own ideas and your own worlds. You know, that's beautiful in and of itself. But as far as like working in writing, if you want to be a writer, it's a great idea to write fan fiction because it gets you used to writing based on something that you didn't come up with.
Yeah, I'm not poo-pooing. We as a podcast are not poo-pooing fan fiction whatsoever.
Yeah.
I want you to write as much fan fiction as possible because it's a good reading exercise. I'm not going to read it, but I think you should write it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, Sam, like we're a part of a writers group.
Yeah.
How fucking, like, don't you think you and Cole would be a little unimpressed if I showed up with like a Legend of Zelda / fic that I've been like working on?
Cameron, no, I wouldn't. I'm serious. No, I wouldn't.
I don't think that Redacted would react as well.
That's his problem. But I think that fan fiction is a great creative exercise. And like, let's say you came to writers group and you were like, I needed a break from writing my OCs.
It's funny.
So I wrote
as writing because they're all anyway.
Isn't it original character?
No. It's what you said makes sense. But when I hear OCs, I always think of like drawings as opposed to writing.
Okay.
It was just a fun little. It's just something.
I've also seen it used in writing to refer to writing. So like I needed a break from writing my original content, but I also wanted to flex my writing muscles, so I wrote a fanfic. And it was a great break, and like, let me know what you guys think about
Here's one where Zelda and
that.
Ganon fall in love, and there's lots of kissing.
It's not that, though. It's not always that, though.
I know, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking around. Lesson number 3 is for everyone to stop playing Tetris 99, so I can be the only one who plays and therefore win.
Let my boyfriend win Tetris 99, please. So he can stop being consumed by
God. Please. At God.
Please, at God.
And we will see you guys next week, Tuesday at 3 p.m. as per usual. New year, new us.
New
whole
year,
bunch
new
of stuff.
Us. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to Sam. This is the first week of our new uploading schedule. You probably noticed that Monday's episode was a little different. Yeah. And then we're going to continue with this and see how it goes. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you shared it with your friends.
Yeah.
I'll be really mad if you didn't share it with your friends. Just saying.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.